So on the regulatory side, until now in the US, we've seen a clear stance of rejection of digital currencies and companies operating in the space, especially financial institutions. The SEC has put in place actions of enforcement against most of the companies in the space, in the US and even outside of the US. What I would expect with Trump 2.0 and with Paul Atkins is a critical shift from an era of SEC enforcement to an era of collaboration of US regulators with the main players in the space. This is going to be critical for this institutional adoption phase if the US really want businesses to move back to the US and actually the US to become one of the leading markets for digital assets.
So, Alessio, before I let you go, what indicators should we be watching to ultimately determine how this market moves in the future?
I think it's mainly a matter of cycles, right? So we went from the initial, I would say, pioneer cycle where we had the tech developers, et cetera, entering the digital asset space. Then we had the retail speculative phase. Now we're just at the beginning of the institutional phase, and we haven't even seen a lot of distribution of the main actors in the institutional space to the broad public for Bitcoin. But I think we will really need to see when the next and more important phase will start, which is a sovereign phase, when we see nations raising to acquire and purchase Bitcoin. When this happens, it's going to be 195 countries competing for a very tight supply of Bitcoin. It's going to be a gold rush. I would say forget about the shovels. It's going to be a fierce competition for nations to get their share of Bitcoins.